We didn't witness a murder today. We witnessed a targeted political assassination. Charlie Kirk's death is the MLK of this generation. This was a man who wanted nothing more than to just talk to people. He wasn't in a political office. He never stole any money from anybody. He never hurt anybody. He never wrote any legislation. This was a man who went to college campuses and said his opinion to college people so that they could give their opinions back to him, and maybe we could all learn something from that. And he was killed for it. And I think we're learning more from his death than we were during his life, which is saying a lot. Blue Sky and Reddit completely blew up with people celebrating the death of this man in front of his wife and his 2 children. The House of Representatives tried to hold a moment of silence and prayer for Charlie Kirk shortly after the news released of his actual death, and multiple Democrats made a complete ass of themselves to try and make that not happen. Multiple people on MSNBC tried to make a joke of the whole thing. One of them said that maybe it was a Charlie Kirk supporter that fired their gun off in celebration. And another one, who was later fired, basically said that Charlie Kirk deserved it for the rhetoric that he was spreading. And if you pay attention to other media coverage of Charlie Kirk's death outside of obviously right-leaning ones like Fox, if you thought you hated the media before, I promise you don't hate them enough. And the fact that this happened to Charlie Kirk of all people is what blows my mind the most. Out of anybody on the right side of the aisle that could have potentially been assassinated, Charlie Kirk probably hurts the worst. Again, this is a guy that was very personable, very willing to talk with literally anybody about his views and debate people on it. He wasn't hateful. He wasn't overly insulting unless he was insulted first. He was very open and honest about his beliefs, and he was killed for it. Charlie Kirk was a big inspiration for me to even get into content creation in the first place. I saw what he was doing on college campuses, where he was just going out and talking to people and just saying his opinion and getting their opinions back. And that's what I like to do. I like to just talk to people and learn what they like and what they dislike, what their beliefs are, and how they think the world should be run. And I like to give my opinions on the same thing. And if we do that, we bounce our ideas back and forth, and maybe we can come to some agreement on how the world should work. And that is the way the world should work. We should be able to be open and honest with each other about what we believe is the right way to do things, so that we can come together and have some kind of consensus on how to run society. But we can't do that anymore. We as a society just can't seem to handle the idea of just talking to each other anymore. If you don't agree with me on something, then that means you're an enemy, and that means that you need to be dealt with in some form or fashion. And that's made itself very clear today with the death of Charlie Kirk. And there's just one question I'd like to pose to all the people that are actually celebrating Charlie Kirk's death and see it as some kind of political win. You've killed the moderate option. Quite literally, you assassinated the moderate option, the person that was most likely to talk to you about your opinion and actually listen to you and care about what you said about your opinion and try to see it from your side and do nothing except debate you on it. Because again, this isn't a legislator. He's not writing legislation. He's not actually in charge of policy. He's a guy that just wanted to talk to people. So where do we go from here? What does this do for everybody else that's on the right that isn't as moderate or as personable as he is? If you're willing to kill the person that's actually willing to talk to you, how should the rest of the conservatives react to that? If talking is not an option anymore, the only option that's left is force. And that's not a route that anybody actually wants to go down. But I'm just some white guy. What do I know?